Here are some notes on graphing polynomials and some examples. And first of all, I want to talk about trinomials in x squared, x cubed, etc. Because we'll see some of these once in a while. And if we have a regular trinomial, y equals, or f of x, either one of these are interchangeable. Y is a function of x, so the vertical value is defined by this rule or algorithm. So in x, y equals x squared minus 4x plus 3. This will be called trinomial in x. If we factor this, it would be factor. Remember, the signs are the same. This tells me what they are. They're both negative, and they multiply to give 3 and add up to be 4. So it'd be 3 and 1. So that's pretty easy to factor. It's a simple trinomial. And you see, if we multiplied x times x, we would get x squared. So you can always FOIL this out. Negative 1 and negative 3x is negative 4x and plus 3. Now, if we have a trinomial like this, we say that this trinomial is in x squared. In other words, if we factored it, and again, you could call it either y or f of x, and this gives me the vertical position, okay, or the y value for any given x value. If we factor this, this could be factorable as x squared minus 3 times x squared minus 1, the same numbers. And if we multiply this, we use the FOIL method, x squared times x squared is x to the fourth, minus 3x squared and minus 1x squared is negative 4x squared plus 3. And you can see x squared times x squared. Remember, when we're multiplying, we add the exponents, so it'd be x to the fourth. Or if we were squaring and we're thinking x squared squared, we multiply when we are squaring. Same situation. Okay, here's a polynomial. Here's a trinomial that is an x cubed minus 4x, x to the 6th minus 4x cubed plus 3. And always notice that the first term, the exponent is twice the second term. That tells us that we probably have a trinomial in x cubed. So in that case, it would be x cubed minus 3 times x cubed minus 1. And you can always check that using the FOIL process. X cubed times x cubed. Remember, when we're multiplying, we add the exponents, or when we raise the powers, we multiply. We get x to the 6th. And we'd have a negative 1x cubed, and a negative 3x cubed is the negative 4x cubed, and a positive 3. And one more example, just so you can get the idea. X to the 8th minus 4x to the 4th plus 3. Notice how this exponent is half of this one, or this is twice that one. And again, we could call it f of x or y. Both cases, it refers to the vertical position on our graph if we're graphing it, and that's actually the value of the function. That's what we're really interested in. Then we can think of this as being x to the 4th times x to the 4th, because x to the 4th times x to the 4th is x to the 8th. Remember, when we multiply, we add the exponents, or when we raise the powers, we multiply. So it's x to the 8th. Don't think it's x to the 16th. We add the exponents when we multiply. And if you FOIL this out, x to the 4th times x to the 4th would be x to the 8th. Minus 3 and minus 1x to the 4th would be negative 4x to the 4th plus 3. So that's a little bit on trinomials in those values. So you probably want to be aware of that.